Well, I decided to finally pull the trigger and upgrade my daily use or daily driver here. This is my Milwaukee Impact 2767 that I've had for many years. Now, it still works great and I do love it, but there was a few things about the new version here, the 2967, that interested me, primarily the shorter length and a little bit more power with the right battery combination. Let's go ahead and open this up and see if I made the right decision. Hey, what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you. Just picked up the Milwaukee FUEL M18 2967. I ended up getting it on sale. It's a little bit of a combo deal. Comes with a charger, one 5 amp hour battery just like this one, and it's got a bag. But they also threw in this forged battery, and I picked up the protective boot. I really like to have those on my tools, and this one has held up really well and it's protected this tool, so I thought I might as well do the same on this one. Now, I use the 2767 all the time, but the reason I was interested in the 2967 when it came out, you know, I've seen it on lots of different videos and I kind of got a good grasp on what it's capable of and some of the things that are different from the 2767. But let's go ahead and open this up and take a look, and we'll do a little bit of comparing side by side. And there it is. It comes with a charger and the other 5 amp hour battery. Gonna set this back here out of the way. Now, the forged battery that I got with this package is an 8 amp hour battery, but it's got more power, similar to the High Output 12.0. And I do also have that battery and I use that on this one sometimes. It's just, it does get kind of heavy. So I thought this would be a little bit nicer. It's a lot of power, but a little bit lighter than the 12.0 battery. Okay, after a little struggle, we got the battery out of the package here. Go ahead and put this on the tool. Now, I haven't even charged this up, so I don't know what kind of power level. Yeah, we're pretty low. Feels nice and torquey, as you'd expect. Now, one of the differences are the 3 LEDs here on the front. I really like that. I've got that, of course, on the 2960 as well. Now, there is a light on the 2767, but it's down here and it kind of shines up at the workspace. And depending on what you're doing, sometimes I'll end up blocking that light. I really like this design, the tri-LED right in the front. That's gonna light up whatever it is that you're working on, so that's pretty awesome. Now, the tools, I believe, weigh about the same without the battery. I think they're right around 5.9 pounds. And so, of course, depends on what battery you put on here, how heavy it's going to be. This also has a battery isolator, kind of like a shock absorber or damper. It looks a little funny, you know, with the battery kind of inset a little bit compared to this one. The forged battery, of course, is bigger than the 5.0. So let's grab the other battery that I usually was using with this one. This is how I usually carry this one, the High Output HD12.0. One of the reasons I kind of went back to using this 5.0 battery on this tool is just because this gets heavy. You know, after using this all day in the shop or in the garage, this does get heavy and it does kind of start to wear on you, but it does have more power than with the 5.0 battery. The overall length is one of the things that I was interested in. Let me go ahead and take out the boot and put that on, and I'm going to measure the overall length and kind of show you what that looks like. Now, I did go with the Milwaukee brand boot, even though there's a lot of aftermarket ones. I was going to make a separate video on this, but I'm just going to throw it in here. So I did buy the Milwaukee brand boot, but I had also bought this one here, just a knockoff on Amazon, and I wanted to kind of show the difference. First of all, the rubber feels different. It's like a different texture, and I saw a review picture after I bought this on Amazon. It looked like it was just all powdery and all dry and really looked pretty sad. Once I had the two in my hand, I thought, oh, no question, I definitely want to use this one. This one also feels a little thinner compared to this one. This one just feels a little bit more robust and more heavy duty. I mean, these are expensive for what it is, just a piece of rubber to go on your tool, but you know, they did spend the time to mold that in the right shape, and of course it's got the Milwaukee name on it, if that's important to you. I'm not gonna end up using this one. I'll probably just toss it or maybe return it. I didn't end up putting it on the tool, but as soon as I felt it and then I saw one of the other reviews, I just didn't like the idea. Somebody even said that they tore it trying to put it on the tool, so I'm not even gonna bother with it. It's tempting to save money, but I figured, you know, I spent a lot on this tool. This is not sponsored or anything like that, so since I put the money into the tool, I might as well put some money into protecting it. So let's go ahead and get this boot installed. Now, if you're in a really cold area, or if it's really cold in the shop, you might want to set this out in the sun first, but I'm going to take the battery off for a second here and see if I can get this installed. There it is, nice and protected. Let's pop the battery back in there. And that's really how I plan on using it, is with the forged battery here. Of course, I'm going to take that off and get it charged up. Let's take a look at the two here, and let's just measure that real quick. 8.5 inches on the 2767. We're looking at 7 3/4, so about 3/4 inch difference in length. Now, am I saying that you need to run out and upgrade your 2767 to the 2967 right away? Well, that really depends. It depends on how often you use your tools. It depends on how often you wrench on vehicles or whatever it is that you work on. Now, if you're a professional and you work in one of the trades or you're a mechanic, you use this every single day, that's one thing. Now, I'm not what you would call a professional or anything like that, but I do use my tools a lot. I do work on a lot of different vehicles, and I do a lot of different other things in addition to working on cars. Now, for me, the 2767 several years ago was a huge upgrade or a huge improvement over what I'd been previously using, which was, breaker bars and just brute strength. And, I've had a couple other impacts, but they weren't near the power of this. But for me to make the decision to upgrade to the 2967 really kind of came down to a few specific scenarios where the 2767 didn't work or struggled to work. And some of it was because it was too long. Some of it was because it just didn't quite have enough power or not enough room to use a higher mass socket, which probably would have worked, if I had all the room in the world. If you're doing a front wheel drive crankshaft bolt, you've got room to fit in there. And so it doesn't really matter how long your impact is. But on a rear wheel drive vehicle like my Lexus LX450, there's not a lot of room to get in there, and to take that crank bolt off, I think we ended up having to take the radiator out in order to get that off because the standard socket just wasn't enough mass. I also don't think I had this battery quite yet at the time, but still it was enough for me to justify stepping up to the 2967 with the forged battery. And this is not a sponsored video or anything like that. I did spend my own money on all of these tools, and I am excited to use this, and I'm sure you'll see it on lots of other videos here in the future. Looking forward to using it. Now, in no way do I plan on getting rid of this 2767. I mean, if anything, I might even be using both or even all three of these or others on the same job. Sometimes I'll leave one size of socket on one tool and then kind of just change tools rather than changing sockets. Sometimes that goes a little bit faster, but it's really nice to also have a backup so that you don't have to wait on a replacement or on a warranty or anything like that. You can actually keep working and get the job done. Now, I do not loan out any of my tools or anything like that, and so don't come asking me to borrow a tool, but there are a few really close friends of mine that have reached out when they run into a bind where they can't take off a certain bolt or a certain nut or anything like that, and I'll zip over there and help them out. But in this case, now that I have another option, I might be more willing to let this walk out of here knowing that it'll come back in good shape, but if something comes up, I've got this to get the job done. Well, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. And of course, I'll get a link in the description where you can pick up your own 2967 so you don't have to come borrow mine, along with some of the other accessories and tools you see in the video as well. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.